Water. Earth. Fire. Air.
I'm pretty sure everyone knows the narration behind this intro by heart at this point. And when a show has that much of an impact on the fans who watch it, it's probably for a damn good reason. Avatar: The Last Airbender is single-handedly the best piece of animated media of any platform. The entire world's based around a 100-year war of benders, people who can manipulate the elements of water, earth, fire, and air. They all use this advantage through distinct styles of martial arts that are attributed to the cultural background to the nation that they live in. The Water Tribe, being a small desolate village in the North Pole, and a small city on the brink of collapse in the South Pole, are one of these factions. The Earth Kingdom is a kingdom of headstrong, tough, and stubborn warriors who will fight down to the last man to defend their homes. The Air Nomads were a peaceful group of nomadic, spiritually enlightened travelers who were loving, caring, and incredibly non-violent. The Fire Nation, despite having a few who believe that fire is supposed to be life and not destruction, were a genocidal and borderline pure evil nation that wanted to show their greatness to the world, and to do so they killed off the entire population of air nomads that lived there. That is, until the discovery of a 12-year-old and his flying bison, frozen in an iceberg for 100 years, changed everything. Avatar Aang, with Water Tribe locals Katara, Sokka, and Toph, set out on a journey to defeat the Fire Nation and bring an end to this 100-year war. The show discovers themes like love, destiny, honor, redemption, finding one's true path, and most importantly, the power of friendship. It also adds some moments of comedy.
Friendly mushroom!
Mushy giant friend!
Security!
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Oh, my cabbages!
Comedy gold.
Come on, did you really think I was gonna make this an emotional and serious video? Well, did you fuckers? Think again, this is Stop Motion Review's Wacky Time Review! I've mostly focused on Transformers review on this channel in the past, but I came to the realization that no one really does quality figure reviews on non-transforming figures in stop motion. And I figured a low-risk dive without a masochistic price increase, or QC modifications, that reviewing a simple figure of the main character of one of the most popular pop culture shows of all time would definitely be in order. McFarlane Toys finally made some Avatar: The Last Airbender figures, and I saw them on an actual physical store shelf at my Walmart, and I completely lost it. In front of a child in my Walmart who now thinks I'm a fucking lunatic. You're welcome, Johnny, or whatever your name is, I don't fucking know. The painting and sculpting on this figure is fantastic. It's applied with exceptional refinement and detail, especially for a $10 low-budget figure. Like, take a look at the way the clothing seamlessly blends into the joints. You can barely tell there's any plastic mechanical components on this thing. It looks incredibly lifelike. The only honest issue that I have with this figure is the fact that the face tries to blend in a cartoony anime look into a photorealistic body by tamper-graphing it onto a blank slate, and I don't think the two vibes blend together well at all. The smile's kinda creepy, and I wish this figure had some replaceable faces or heads for additional expressiveness, but in terms of accuracy of appearance, this thing knocks it out of the ballpark. The included loan accessory is his staff, but it also has its fair share of issues that really don't make any sense to me. It doesn't fit in his hands at all unless it's forced against the thin, somewhat rubbery plastic that his hands are made of. The staff is also literal rubber and is insanely easy to misshape if you aren't careful about the way that you handle it. The articulation on this guy is unfortunately kind of on the average side too. The head rotates but can hardly look up and down. Shoulders rotate and move out. Bicep bend and rotation, waist rotation, universal hips, and slightly less than 90-degree of knee bend. Unfortunately, because this is a lower budget figure, some shortcuts had to be made in the articulation, particularly in the hips. It makes the legs look kinda too short because his hips are on a T-joint that doesn't blend in well with the rest of the figure. It also kind of adds a gap that breaks up the illusion of this thing looking cartoon accurate. I'm also not a fan of the ratchet joints on this figure. There's about 8 detents, which is solid for posing, but for stop motion I had to cut down my frame rate to about 15 frames a second in order to make the movement look fluid and natural at all. The feet are also very small and do not provide any base of support, and since there's no ankle tilt, posing really isn't an option without Poster Buddy if you want to do anything but stand. All in all, it's a really good figure for the price. For 10 bucks, if you're looking to make a small pop culture shelf and start a small collection, this is a good figure for you. If you're looking to do anything versatile or something to animate with, unfortunately you're going to have to do some tricks with the figure to get it to animate well, like a stand or Poster Buddy or something else. It's still a solid figure based off a kick-ass show and an amazing character, so I'm going to give it 8 giant mushrooms out of my cabbages! Is this comedy?
Appa, yip yip.
Motherfucker!
Are you really gonna scroll by without saying yip yip?
Chakras! Everybody loves chakras! 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 Chakra sandwich tastes good! Yum!